Is a taxpayer-funded agency.
Yes.
He is a taxpayer-funded official, and these are our children.
Foster parents have big questions for the new director of Indiana's Department of Child Services. Governor Eric Holcomb appointed Eric Miller to the DCS director job back in May, but Miller has refused to speak with WRTV about his plans for DCS and for abused and neglected children in our state. WRTV Investigates Kara Kenny has been covering child welfare in Indiana for more than a decade and joins us now with why Miller's silence is so concerning.
The head of DCS is arguably one of the most important jobs in the state. Director Eric Miller oversees the welfare of children, a position that pays $195,000 a year. Given that dozens of children die every year from abuse and neglect in our state, foster parents and lawmakers want to know what Miller's plan is to better protect children.
These are just a sampling of the cases that I have pulled of kids who have died.
Braylon Yarrington and Melody Gandy of Zionsville are on a mission to protect children. They've both served as foster parents and adopted children from the state's child welfare system. Both moms say DCS made mistakes that disrupted the process.
We had to go actually hire a private attorney to get our kids out of the system. DCS made a legal error that had to start the case over. So we had to go I could have purchased a car for what we had to spend to get this child out of the system.
DCS records show 1,700 children in our state have been in foster care for more than 3 years.
My main concerns are how long kids are sitting in foster care. I had a child who spent 5 years in foster care.
It's one of several issues WRTV Investigates would like to speak with DCS Director Eric Miller about, as well as staffing. According to this DCS report, the agency is short more than 200 caseworkers, and much of the state, shown here in red, is failing to meet its own caseload standards.
Do you think that he should address these concerns publicly?
100%. I mean, this is a taxpayer-funded agency.
Yes.
He is a taxpayer-funded official. And these are our children, and he needs to at least tell us what direction is the agency going in.
Miller knows the inner workings of DCS. He served as the chief of staff since 2017 and took over as director on May 8th.
If you could ask the director of DCS one question, what would it be?
How can we make sure that children are being better protected?
State Senator J.D. Ford has the same question for Miller.
As the director, the buck stops with him. And so he has got to, answer those tough questions.
Ford serves on the Family and Children's Services Committee.
Transparency, I think, is probably the first and foremost issue that I hear a lot. And to hear that the director is not willing to sit for an interview is pretty problematic.
I'm going out in the field. My plan is...
Former DCS Director Terry Stigdon spoke with the media just days after Governor Holcomb appointed her. Before that was DCS Director Mary Beth Bonaventura, who finally agreed to sit down with us in 2014 after months on the job.
Is this your first sit-down interview with the media?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I was saving it for you, Kara.
Thank you.
Nearly 4 years after this interview, Bonaventura resigned. She's now a senior judge for the state of Indiana. In her 2017 letter to Governor Holcomb, she criticized then Chief of Staff Eric Miller, saying he bullied subordinates, created a hostile work environment, exposed the agency to lawsuits, and is, quote, the greatest threat to this agency and child welfare.
And I call upon him to take your request and sit down and chat.
We've tried. Here's our email to DCS on May 31st requesting an interview. 2 weeks later, DCS responded. Director Miller is understandably very busy in his new role, so we're going to decline an interview at this time. We press further to meet with Miller, and 6 weeks later, on July 25th, DCS told us we will decline an interview.
He's a public official. We want to hear, what ideas do they have?
The most recent numbers available show 60 children died from abuse and neglect in 2021. Meanwhile, reports to the state hotline are down. We'd love to talk to Director Miller about what these numbers mean. Director Miller, our interview request still stands. Kara Kenny, WRTV.
A Hendricks County judge had ordered Director Miller to appear in court tomorrow, but that hearing has been rescheduled for September 25th. The agency is accused of failing to turn over documents in a civil lawsuit. A foster mother filed the lawsuit against DCS following the death of 4-year-old Judah Morgan. His biological father was convicted of torturing and killing Judah. A recent DCS report says the agency will be taking new steps to boost recruitment. That includes salary increases, a skills-based hiring approach, collaboration with local colleges and universities, and a pilot program that includes part-time positions.